The Hat Man. Okay, folks, what I have here is a customer's Zune. It's a Z2H-80, and I'm going to try to replace the battery without ruining the ribbon cable for the hard drive. It's gonna be tricky. Also, hopefully my camera, which is my phone, doesn't overheat while recording. That would be annoying. Alright, here we go. Here's the Zune. It's a pretty good looking Z2H-80. Doesn't have a lock here though, but that's alright. Oh, this is a refurbished unit. Well, it's about to be double refurbished. So, usually, what I do with these, well, what you have to do first is take off this cap. So I'm going to use this pick, and I'm gonna rub it a little bit, and it should let me pop it off. I rubbed the crevice there in between the black and the silver. And then you've got a couple screws, and we're gonna take those out. So the Z2H-120 does not have this cap removable, and it doesn't have screws. When it comes to this step, if you're going to try to use this as a guide, it's gonna be different for the 120, just a little bit. So next is opening up this without damaging the plastic, which is a bit difficult. It's even more difficult with the glossy type of color choice. This is matte, so it doesn't have the flaking of the plastic like the glossy one does. So what I like to do is start from up here and use one of these pry tools and kind of do what I did before and kind of shimmy it back and forth until I get some leeway, some space made. And then try to round the corner. Didn't quite work out. Let's try it again. Try to press down hard, keep it in the crevice, and then go down the edge. There we go. So that's kind of how I do it. Now, even though this looked like it went smooth, there is still the chance of flaking on the glossy type, so just be careful. Now here's another important moment. It's slowly removing this because the hard drive can get stuck in the back plate, and you don't want to bend that hard drive cable too much because it will just not work anymore. The micro copper traces inside the cable will just break internally. Okay, so it feels like it's not coming off, so I'll try to push this direction while I pull it a little bit. See if I can't get it off. Clip by clip, I guess. Alright, let's try running this up the side. Alright, that worked. Alright, so when you do this, you don't want to go through the bottom because you don't want to end up stabbing this cable. And like I said, they're fragile, so yeah, be very careful. Whew, boy! And here comes another important step, and that is going to be taking out this hard drive. Again, like I said, this cable is fragile, so I really don't want to bend it too much. There are replacements these days, but still, you want to be as careful as you can. You don't want to incur too much extra cost when you're just doing the battery or something. Alright, so underneath this, hold on, yeah, so underneath this, very gentle. There are two screws, one here and one on the other side. So I'm gonna undo those real quick. I guess first, gently bend that. Let's undo these screws that are here and here. Put that to the side. Put this to the side. And now what you want to do is remove gently this tape stuff so that we can remove the board, because there are two more screws hidden. Let's see, what tool should I use? Let's use this skinny boy. Careful not to twist. See, while it's dangling here, you don't want to twist the cable at all. It's very, again, I know I said it like 6 times, but my god, it's fragile. I can't tell you how many. Here, let me, do I have it easily accessible? I don't know where it is, but I have a pile of about 15 or 20 of these cables that just don't work. That's how fragile they are. So, let's see. There is a couple layers of tape, so be careful and try to get all of them at the same time. Don't worry if you rip anything, you can always put it back the way you found it in pieces. Just make sure everything's covered, because the point of the tape that's underneath the metal tape is to keep the metal stuff from touching the circuit board. You don't want that, because everything will eventually just short out and you will fry the board. So be careful. It looks like we did break one of the clips. I'll try to use the soldering iron to melt that back into place. We'll worry about that at the end. So the reason I want to remove... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So now we're going to try to get this metal thing out. You see here? These little metal brackets. I got both of them. Now the reason you want to take out the whole board is so that you can more easily take out this cable. You don't want to pull it or anything. In fact, right now, I don't even know if the cable is still alive. It's like Schrodinger's cable. It's both alive and dead until you try it. So there's 2 more screws here, and then you have a cover for the port, and you'll take that off. So again, be gentle. Okay, I'm gonna flip this back gently. I'm gonna hold it, and we're gonna remove this cover. Okay, it's off. Now, with something skinny like this, we're going to flip up. Shoot, this is kind of difficult. I guess just one of these. You see that shape? But you can kind of see, there we go. See that shape? Okay, I flipped it up. Now, I'm going to bring this back. Then I'm gonna stick something gently into the... Alright, you didn't see that. I meant to hold this with these fingers and then gently lift up the board and then pull out the cable, but I may have done this in the wrong order. I probably should have lifted up the board and then take out the cable and the clip. Well, it's out, so let's put that to the side. Let's push this back down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and desolder the battery. I need tweezers now. Alright, so we're gonna remove these cables and we're gonna not, I repeat, we're gonna not touch the soldering iron on both black and red pads at the same time, because you don't want to short out the board. I'm expecting this to work without, there you go. Yeah, without flux, but if it doesn't work for you on the first couple tries, use flux. Flux is your friend. Okay, so don't be like me and please pay attention, because I just melted this clip right here a little bit with the soldering iron. You see that black smudge? Oh, yeah, be careful. So if I do end up making this a YouTube video, I'll put the wiring combination on the screen right about now. Okay, I got the battery out. Let's see, is there corrosion? Yeah, I see it right here. It's kind of greenish. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's kind of greenish. So that's a dead battery. The board might be able to be saved, but that's a video for another time. Alright, let's put this new battery in position. I'm going to now route this in these grooves on the side. Now you're gonna do the shorter cables first, since they would connect first. Also, sorry for not having a second camera angle. I didn't think about it, and it's a little too late. You know what? I just realized I didn't listen to myself. I didn't use flux on these little cable ends and tin them, but it's fine. Normally you're gonna want to tin new wires, so get a little bit of flux and a little bit of solder on the tips before you solder to anything. It'll make it faster. Okay, last wire. Alright, it's in. Now it's time to put in the hard drive again. Okay, moment of truth. Putting this back in. Now remember not to bend it. See its natural curve? You want to try to keep it like that. So what I'm gonna do is lift up the board again. Make sure the flap is lifted. And I'm going to try to just slide it in as is without changing the bend angle. Okay, it seems to be down. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this little cover back on. And we're gonna put those screws in. One last time, gently bending this backwards. And my god, it's nerve-wracking every time I have to bend this backwards. Okay, it's down. Next, we're going to fold this stuff back where it goes, being sure to make sure everything is covered the way it was the first time. It's all down. Let's do the brackets now. We want to make sure to keep these little things facing outward. Okay, they're back in. Try to fold this slowly. Now I guess it's the moment of truth. Let me go get the cable. Here's my USB-C adapter. Will this bad boy turn on, and will it go to the home menu? We're gonna find out. Okay, the charging symbol is dim, and it's disappearing. Oh no. Alright, I'm back. So, what seemed to be the issue is this. This is the circuit board that was attached to the battery. I don't know why, but the Zune just would not charge. I took out the hard drive to make sure that the cable, if it was broken, wasn't shorting anything, and didn't seem to be so. It still wouldn't charge while having no hard drive or hard drive cable. So I figured, alright, if the battery's messed up, I know the cell works because I was getting a reading off of it. So I swapped the battery board from the old battery. So you can see my ugly wrapping. But that board is connected to the old battery, and it did turn on. Now is the real moment of truth, and we're going to try to plug in the hard drive. Let's plug it in and see if it gets error 5 or not. Error 5 means the hard drive cannot be detected. If I don't get any errors, then, well, it works. So let's find out. Okay, now it should just turn on, and then we'll see what happens. Oh boy, nothing's happening. That happens when the cable is not working. Oh man. Alright, I took out the drive. Let's plug it in, and you'll see that it just turns on. And then it's gonna stay on the screen for a while, and then go to error 5. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so this cable is definitely dead. Luckily, I have a brand new one, and on hand. This is a recreation, newly manufactured by a pal of mine. So this should work first try. It's also a little more powerful. Powerful? Why did I say that? Flexible and durable. It will actually survive being removed a couple times at least. Alright, let's take out the old one and let's get this done. Let's get it done, boy! I also find it interesting that these hard drives come with half their labels ripped off from the factory. Also, you know, this is refurbished, so maybe it happened during refurbishment, but still, Microsoft themselves cut off half this label. It's very strange. You want to be careful when you lift up this board because you don't want to twist it, because there is this other cable, and that's the video cable. There is no replacing that. You will just have to get a donor Zune and take a screen out of that if you tear that cable. You can't replace it. It's hardwired into the screen. Alright, so this is dead. Here's the original cable. Strangely enough, this has no markings. I don't think I've ever seen it with no markings. Maybe I have and I just don't remember. Pretty interesting. Bend it a little bit, hold it down, connect it, clamp that down, let go. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put this all the way back together, and then we'll see if it works like it's supposed to. Okay, the brackets are down, all the screws are installed. Let's test it. What is going on? Why is it doing the same thing as before? Okay, the mail has come. The new hard drive cables are here, so we're gonna test out the new ones and we will see if the ones I have are bad or not. The person I bought them from was kind enough to send 2, so that's pretty cool. Let's use the original hard drive first. After I try the original one, I'll try my own spare one, and we'll see if anything is different. Okay, it's installed. Let's see if anything changes. Doesn't seem like it. Does that mean it's the drives? Does that mean this drive that I have is bad too? That would be unfortunate. Oh, I'm a dummy. I forgot to plug the battery back in. Woo! Way to go, Hat Man. Alright, I reinstalled it. Good to go. Let's try that cable now. Okay, plugging in. It's done something different now, but not exactly good. Let's try the second new cable. Well, let's try the first new cable on the spare drive that I have. Okay, I'm gonna try the second new cable now. Nothing's changing. I don't know what's up. Alright, I'm gonna try this stuff on a known working Zune 120. Alright, I'm gonna remove a known working drive and cable combo from my Gears of War Zune, and we'll see if it works in this Zune. Say hi to my cat. Hi, kitty. Meow meow. Alright, so I seem to have figured out what the problem was. As you can see, the Zune works. It's got someone's baby in the background and with lots of anime on this thing and all kinds of stuff. And the original cable works, so all of the carefulness that I exerted, I guess, paid off. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I did order 5 more batteries, so I'm gonna test these out, mostly because I'm uncertain of how long this will last, being a custom solder job. So I'm gonna try out a brand new battery from a different source this time, and we'll see if these work out first try. Well, that was no good. It's so weird. Why do these not work? Alright, I switched the blue and white cable. I'm gonna see if that does anything. Doesn't seem to be a change. I guess I'll just use the original battery and refund the guy for the batteries, and I'll just have batteries that don't seem to work. Or, you know what? I can probably get a refund from the order. We'll see. I'll figure that out. But, yeah, I'm gonna put this original battery back. Well, not original, but this makeshift setup. As you can see, I've got a wire in there. I soldered the original board to a reproduction battery. I wanted to try a brand new one from a different source because I wanted the maximum capacity to be utilized, because I don't know how much of the heat from soldering may have damaged the lifespan of this battery. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna have to roll with this one. It works. I tested it for 2 days. It runs the battery for like 20 hours and then dies when playing music loud and with no screen time. So it works pretty well. I think the battery does. I just don't know how long it'll last. But yeah, I'm gonna call this done in a minute after I put the battery back in, and I'll do some off-screen testing on my own time with these other batteries, and then decide for a refund or something. Okay, let's get this guy back together. Well, it looks like those last couple bends replacing this battery may have killed this cable finally. So under regular circumstances, I probably would have been able to save this, but I had to bend it far too many times. So I'm gonna just put in a replacement. Alright guys, so update. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, kitty. There's a kitty. Hello, little kitty. So, I resoldered the battery's protection board to it one more time, fixed one of the wires that came loose, then put it back in the Zune, and we have life. And I was correct. All the extra jimmy shimmying of the hard drive killed this cable, but in the beginning, all of my effort to keep it alive, it worked. So it is possible to keep these things alive. You have a limited number of times of bending this when manipulating the hard drive. So yeah, you gotta be even more careful if you start having battery problems and you need to start soldering in batteries left and right. It shouldn't have happened, but Microsoft developed this cable with the worst materials, I guess. And yeah, so next thing I did after confirming life is I went ahead and put in the screws, but I forgot this little bracket, so I'm gonna put that in and then put the back plate on and we'll be done. Oh, and one other thing I did was, let's take this off the charger. I melted this plastic back into place. Yeah, so that clip should be good to go. Alright, let's put this last screws in and we'll be done, for the most part. There's actually something I want to do here. I'm going to put one of these in free of charge. It's the hold switch. Oh, something, if you're using this as a tool for your own repairs, these two screws on top are actually different from the internal ones. Their base on top is wider, so don't get those mixed up. And then I'm going to just put this little antenna cover back on. Go. Now it's twice refurbished, as you can see here. It was refurbished by Microsoft back in the day. Now it's refurbished by Hatman as well. So let's put this on the charger, and I'll go find that little hold switch. There we go. As you can see down here. Good to go. This is now a fully functional Zune. So, my camera. Okay, guys. This is a fixed Zune 2. Now, like I said before, I have some worries about battery longevity, but from my tests, it seemed to perform pretty well. It'll be up to the customer to use it for months on end and let me know if anything goes wrong. But other than that, we're good to go. So, also, I don't hear any noises from the hard drive, so it should have some years left. So yeah, we're done here. So I hope you enjoy this look at Zune repair. Hopefully it was entertaining. Not sure if I made it entertaining, but hey, I did my best, I guess. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully this was informative, like I said. Subscribe and all that jazz, and see you next time. Peace.